Okay, so in this video I'm going to be showing us how we're going to add decimal numbers, how we can model it and then solve using a formal written method. So the question that we're going to be answering, I'm going to write at the top, is 3.24 plus 6.087. Now in terms of modelling and representing it, I'm going to show us a couple of ways that we can do that. So the first one, I'm going to use a part-whole model. So that is taking each of the addends and then showing how they combine together. And that's a model that looks like this, which we're hopefully familiar with. In this model, the two numbers we're adding together, the two addends, go together at the bottom into these two part sections. So I'm just going to write 3.24 and 6.8087. And this is showing those two numbers are combining to make the number on top, which we're going to work out together. We can extend this part-whole model into a bar model, which we're also familiar with using in school, and that might look like this. So I'm going to take a block. It's going to represent one of my addends, 3.24. Because I'm adding, I'm going to place next to it and sort of extend the block, a longer block here, and making it longer, you'll notice, because the second addend here is bigger than the first addend, so it shows the relative size of the numbers. 0.087. And the answer would pop out on top. So then when they are combined together, the answer is going to go here. So when I add them together, the total goes here, and the total is going to go here. Now in terms of solving that using a formal written method, because I wouldn't expect us to do this in our heads, we're going to use column addition. Now the important thing about column addition is making sure that each of the digits is lined up in its proper place value column. If you're going to get it wrong, you're most likely to make this mistake. So I'm going to start by writing out the first addend of 3.24. I'm using squared paper here, and if you haven't got squared paper, you could create your own columns if you want, or just space your numbers out nice and clearly. So I'm going to take 3, and I'm actually going to put the decimal point in its own column here to make it stand out. 3.24. And now I'm going to be adding this number, 6.087. So I'm going to write plus to remind myself what operation I'm using. And I'm going to make sure that I keep my units under my units, my decimal point in there, my tenths under my tenths, my hundredths under my hundredths, and my thousandths under my thousandths. My answer is going to appear at the bottom. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to give myself a line to work into, like that. And the first thing I'm going to do here is actually put the decimal point in my answer. I know that decimal point is going to live there, and that's going to mean that I don't forget it. I'm sure it's in the right place in my answer. What you'll notice is that the decimal numbers are written to different numbers of decimal places. So the first number has got tenths and hundredths, the second number has got tenths, hundredths and thousands. Now I don't need to do anything about this. I've got this number on top, it's got nothing in the thousands, but if I wanted to, I can, I'm just going to use a blue to make it stand out, I can fill in the 0 there. Sometimes that helps just to see them lined up, and of course it doesn't change the value of the number. I've just shown the thousands there. Now that I've done that, I can solve it. I'm going to start, as we normally do with any addition question, at the smallest end. So I'm going to start with my thousands. So 0 plus 7 is 7. Then I can say 4 at 8. Now that's going to give me 12. I can't get 12 into this box because it's a 2-digit number. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to exchange 10 of them for tenths. So I'm going to write 12 like this. I'm going to put 1 down here because 10 of my hundredths become 1 tenth. And the 2 goes down here. So you can see how that makes the number 12. And I'm going to add up my tenths. 2 and nothing is 2. Plus my 1, got to remember that, is 3. What you can do is cross that 1 out to mark that you've done it. Then I'm moving across to the ones column, and 3 and 6 makes 9. So the answer here is 9.327. If I wanted to complete my models at the top, that would go there, 9.327, and it will go on top of my bar model here, 5.327. And that's it.